set his troop now that the gas is gone. He's pointing towards the largest group of them. And then turns towards the smaller group. Actually, the portal. The portal's most important.
Well, and there's no more in the room. I guess Aemon will fly over to here and...
Okay, how many attacks does he have?
He'll only have one attack.
Okay, he kills a Gith.
Alright.
They're like the 2-hit die warrior.
Yeah, they're squishies.
Barnabus.
He's going to fireball this group here.
You automatically crack their SR, and
Then he whistles as he...
Do you have a flesh to stone?
No!
All right. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I didn't mean to move that guy. Sorry.
Barnabus kills some Gith warriors. The portal is quiet, and I think we're out of combat. Aemon ends up attacking these 3 Gith. They manage 5 attacks on him before they all die. None of them are 20s.
All right, let's have a look at this portal.
All right, I'm going to take a quick bio break. And if you guys want to just entertain the stream for a few minutes. No, we are not turning this into...
Dude, I swear I was going to do that. I was like...
Adam pretends he's Amaranth or something. There's some bullshit.
Look, I have a full my hot tub.
No, there's no...
Oh my god. Look, my hair makes me float.
Oh, goodness. We're pausing the stream as we change into bikinis.
Why is
Dad,
he
I have
wearing
a
a sweater?
No. All right. I'll be right back. Be good.
Okay. Well, that was... Yeah.
That was pretty good.
And there's just these kids that are in a hole just being chewed to death. Still.
Oh, yeah. I guess Marty, you probably want to know how much damage was done for the rest of the...
Just roll it up for the rest of the spell. We'll see if it's enough. It should be enough.
There'd be 12 rounds left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I hadn't rolled for, so 12 times 4, 40 d6. That would be 146 and another 200 and some damage.
So, yeah.
On top of...
So here's the thing. Sunny doesn't have... Widget is the one that has the flesh to stone.
Well, Barnabus... Wait, flesh to stone is a 6th?
6th circle spell.
I can do it with a mythic point.
Okay, because like the only thing I can think of if we want to potentially save this dude is just turn him into a statue for now, and then like to halt whatever's going on inside.
Yeah, but it's Barnabus, so
I know
he's like this dwarf.
He's like, no, we have Brennos and we have Slake, 2 perfectly good dwarves that can just take right over.
There's.
So yes. Or you have like Sunny's version of which is like, well, we kill him and then we cast a reincarnate in the morning and see what comes back.
We'll see. Maybe he'll be happy as a kobold.
Be fine. It'll be fun. At least you'll be of Volcanica. In fact, that might be Sunny's, like, crazy Sunny's future quest is like, no. We reincarnate all of the interlopers into beings of Volcanica.
So that would mean you don't reincarnate anyone as a orc because they are not native to Volcanica.
That's right.
Nope, everybody comes back as things that are native to Volcanica.
And that would also include you. Dwarves wouldn't be included in that either.
Native to Volcanica.
Oh,
Not an interloper.
yeah. He comes back as an elf and just commits seppuku.
Do it again.
Dwarven seppuku is just a hammer to the head. Just...
Dwarven try again. Yep. No. Nope. Interlopers. It's
Interlopers.
They're all interlopers. You know, they're all in the guest book.
Between that and your perverse petting zoo. Why do all your animals look sad?
Yeah, the Nagaji mostly live in the Venkeshi territories. So
They could be Nagaji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
not a lot of them though.
As long as they're native, it's okay with Sunny.
Yeah, as long as they're native to Volcanica, it doesn't matter what you come back as.
All right. Do we want to figure out what
we're
the
just
other?
confirming that the Githyanki raiders in the south die in their pit, sadly.
I rolled the remaining damage for the rest of the spell. It was 146 times 1.5.
Yeah, they're dead.
Just this pile of chewed up corpses.
That's disgusting.
The Zerth
That is.
the Zerth apparently pick out a couple of Githyanki for interrogation, but put most of them to the blade.
That's fine.
Like the vast majority of them to the blade.
No objection.
I described the githyanki that I saw through the portal to my master.
Okay, so yeah, we've broken out of combat, so we can have conversations unless you guys are rushing to the portal.
Well, I wouldn't say rushing, but we are headed there.
Yeah,
Cog's
the Zerth
making
is going there. Cog is going there. I'll just copy your tokens instead of actually
Sure.
cutting them. Where's this funny?
Sonny will go. He's just trying to see if there's anything that we should be doing to the dwarf. Looks like one of the good guys potentially.
He may have been.
He did try to blast Cog with a hammer.
Yep, there's a nice looking dwarven throwing hammer lying at his feet.
Okay.
Let's go to the portal chamber. So,
yeah, and then I don't have the. If I turn him into a rabbit, I don't think that will stop whatever parasites inside of him.
Probably not. No.
No.
that is a portal. The Zerth flies over.
Are the parasites outsiders? No.
This is a portal. You can tell by its colors. You do see that it's like there's some different colors kind of floating in the pool. This leads directly to the astral. Curious and rare. Barnabus, give me a knowledge religion.
Now seems like a good time to take 20. But I'll do it while using my ability from the memory subdomain that allows me to add my int again. So that would give me a y. Oh, because I'm looking at Quintessa. That's why my skills are screwed up. There we go. So that would give a knowledge religion. That's an extra 12, 64, 84.
Okay. Barnabus knows what the general significance of this place is and some very specific importances. First, this depiction of the wide-mouthed dwarf, eyes closed, and the strange, I guess, ookiness of this place. This is definitely a depiction as well as an actual place where souls depart to the outer planes. The astral plane exists between the prime material and the outer planes, where most souls go after they die, and thus the astral ends up being sort of a conduit to the two other planes. And this is the dwarves likely finding a conduit to the astral plane and perhaps stabilizing it to act as a more direct way for souls to go to the afterlife. You can tell by some of the inscriptions along the fingers that it's also a way that is a more direct route for multiple places in the outer planes to come to Volcanica. And this might have been the spot where dwarves communed with the... that called upon and communed with the outsiders that served their gods. If you were to summon the avatar of a god, here might be a good way to do it.
Okay.
The death tinge to this, and the depiction of the particular dwarf that is carved into this rock face, suggests that not only is this a conduit to the astral, but this may be the depiction of a long-forgotten dwarven deity who has died.
Okay.
Give me a knowledge planes.
I will take one of my 12 20s.
Per day? Sure.
Per day, yeah.
Tell me what you know, DM. Tell me what you know.
Exactly. And I will use that memory domain thing again.
Mm-hmm.
So another 84.
The name of the dwarven deity has long been forgotten. But that's not the more important part. The more important part is that you know that the astral plane is the afterlife or the graveyard of where gods go when they die. Their bodies float in the astral plane, and you can actually, like, if you were physically there in the astral plane or astrally projected, which is another way to commonly explore the astral plane and the outer planes, you could, like, stand on god bodies. You've heard of creatures harvesting god bodies or living off of them. It's just one of the general dangers of the astral plane itself. You wonder if this portal leads to the astral plane, and this is a depiction of a dwarven god. Does this lead
to the dead god?
To the dead god itself? Nothing about this suggests that it's githyanki.
Mm-hmm.
And if this led to a githyanki stronghold, they'd likely be pouring through by the thousands, and you would have already been overrun.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that there's not a Gith camp just on the other side of this.
Yeah, with another 15 troops and
right.
Still, there might be like a dwarven deity just waiting for some Dayfrill to get poked into him, and I don't know. Maybe we get something out of that.
Somewhat. This is the zerth.
Oh, it's never mind. It's just a metal we have here on Volcanica. We're very fond of. And he gives a cog a look like, shut your mouth.
Oh, are we talking about the Dayfrill?
Yes.
And
how we love the Dayfrill.
Do you know what that word means?
Well, here on Volcanica, it is a local saying, sort of like, how about ya? Or Dayfrill means funny metal.
La 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 la.
Is Cog sticking his fingers in his
I
ears?
am no. I'm Master. There was a githyanki that I saw
The
he saw me
githzerai
attack with
has this stare, like this.
It was
He's
an
staring
older.
right at Barnabus.
It was an older githyanki, and it looked like a caster. It had leather, like a leather robe almost.
Oh.
He was bald and had some beard, and he observed what he saw with the combat. And
Are you saying that
dipped.
God's blood silver can be found on this prime world?
Oh, don't listen to me then. I'll start picking up treasure.
He glanced at Cog,
If
but
it
you were
then-
trying to distract him from the conversation at hand, and he was not having anything of it.
If it was found on Volcanica, what would that mean to you?
There would be a reason for General Zithrun to be here.
Where's his phylactery? I'm not a fan of him, and I would like to throw his phylactery someplace horrible if possible. Particularly if he'd come back.
He is a treacherous being. His presence here is actually a salvation. It means that the githyanki have not decided to raid your world in force. Unless his standing has increased. There has been much chaos in the capital city of the Githyanki ever since the death of their queen.
And what was her name again?
Vlakith, and there's like Vlakith, I have to translate the Roman.
If they
Roman
if
numeral.
they have a capital, that means they have some place they care about, which means that they will listen to reason. Don't break my toys, we don't break your toys, I think.
Vlakith, the 157th.
Ah.
The Lich Queen.
I've read about her, yeah.
Lichdom is usually pretty bad for maintaining lineage, with the undeath and, no progeny.
There are other ways to call lineage.
She was our enemy for millennia. She controlled the Githyanki, as hated as they are, kept them under thumb. Heroes rose amongst their race, and it is only upon the heroes of her own race that she fed. None were allowed to break upon certain barriers. Archmagi, archwizards, archclerics, warriors, anyone who achieved a certain status in their entire multiversal kingdom was absorbed by Vlakith. Only true and great heroes that seemed to come out of nowhere, some horrible world that was being absorbed. Heroes from that world came. They sided with traitors of the Githyanki, as well as with Githzerai and Struck. Some still believe that she exists, but she is definitely not at the reins of her race. She is not the ruler of the greatest Githyanki city. Still, the Githyanki are a threat to us all. If Dayfiller is healed, then Zithrun and liches like him will seek to find a way to achieve the great powers that Vlakith had. And Dayfiller is away. But then again, you already know this. And he grabs Cog's hand and turns his wrist over, revealing the Dayfiller blade that is in his hand.
When this is over, hit yourself.
This is a dangerous path.
Well, let's start by closing the portal.
Yes. Do any of you have the capability of casting Dimensional Lock?
Lock? Oh, wait.
No. We need to level first.
I do not know exactly where this portal goes, but let us hope that it is far from the githyanki city of Tunarath. It is the seat of their power. Over 1 million Gith warriors call that place home.
We have other magics.
If it is far from there, if it is far from their ships, from their berths, from their city, then we have time to close this before another force comes. Did you destroy Zitharoon?
Yes.
The traitorous Kithrak?
Yes.
He fucking hates Zitharoon for some reason. There's something beyond just him being Gith, like he just keeps on adding in traitor and
It's his cousin or something. She's his mom, or I don't know. Brennos chopped him pretty well in half. Would anchors work? It's a dimensional lock will take
lock?
some time to collect. 8th circle spell, wizard cleric. So Sunny needs a lot of time to learn how to do that.
my warriors and I can return to Limbo. We can procure a scroll there. However, a scroll is only a temporary fix.
You need a permanency, wouldn't you?
Yes.
I like magic.
What circle is lock?
8th.
8th, eh?
Thogrim can do it after you level.
Assuming you have no use for this portal, I assume one dwarf and his golem. This portal had been forgotten.
Well, I doubt that.
There's always use for a portal, but yeah, it's been,
Underneath a temple, it makes perfect sense. Faster access to the afterlife.
This will not stop the githyanki from coming here. It will only slow them down.
How do we... Let's say I was really upset about something and wanted to get to that city you mentioned. I'm not really upset, by the way. Mostly annoyed at this point.
It would be your death.
You know the way then, yes?
You'd like to be traveling the astral sea. You familiar with that sort of geography?
Well, this is what I've got to geography for.
While the Lich Queen may have been destroyed, her traps, her warriors, the Death Knights that she raised from the corpses of great arch beings of her own race, entire armies of them still exist. You would not survive even a mile away. You would be detected. You'd be hunted. And then you would be slain. And perhaps even fed to one or more of the lich creatures that still dwell in her court.
All right, noted. Let's get this wrapped up here.
Little
Barnabus,
bats.
do you know how to get there if we need to? Because
Well, we don't know where this portal goes. Till I know where we end up, I don't know.
I don't want to go there now. I'm just in the future. If they make too much noise here, we just make some noise over there. You know?
I could probably find it.
There is one way to figure out where it goes.
Have at it.
Well, I'd need a caster, but I wouldn't mind going through.
I didn't fucking mean you.
If we just destroy this, we can fix it later.
This portal was not created. It was fashioned from an existing rift. Volcanica, from my experience, is very
Holy.
close to a confluence in planes. Barnabus, he said exactly what your PhD thesis in the Arcanum is about. Unfortunately, not all of these connections are orderly. We live amongst such chaos and know the signs. The fractals of the interference patterns are too complex.
I don't know what a fractal is. I know what interference is. I know what patterns are.
Cog, you had questions.
Well, no, I just wanted to describe the one that I saw here. The one that was, that peeked out. Who was kind of not a scout, I'd say maybe a commander. He was bald. It looked like some sort of caster with a leather cloak, robe. It was strange. It's an older looking one.
Githzerai would have had many followers. Some may have followed him to this place, supported him. I could not name them all.
Would like to find his phylactery.
Yes.
We could do it.
Unfortunately, there is no way of knowing where his phylactery is. One may think a phylactery needs to be on the same plane. But in that case, a simple extra-dimensional space would prove a problem to a lich. No, liches tend to like their phylacteries close by so they can protect it. But if we are to take Vlakith, for example, her phylactery was quite unique.
Well, yeah, I would imagine I could picture if I had a great castle filled with undead and a court of liches, a vault just filled with phylacteries, constantly guarded. Yeah, that's what I'd do.
If I were able to move amongst them, I would search Tunarath for the phylactery, but that is not possible. You are not githyanki. And even then, asking, that would land you before the same machines that drained their race of all of their heroes.
Oh, don't worry, there's no heroes here.
A doppelganger could do that.
And for you to bring this metal into their very city, the thing that they desire, the thing that this lich does, there are others as well. A whole race who think that the multiverse is their oyster, and that might makes right. You should be very frightened for your people here on Volcanica.
Barnabus kind of just shrugs.
Okay, well, that's fine.
So let's say you don't need this metal. No.
Slaves, food, enjoyment, money, resources. Your Volcanica has a lot of these things.
We do not have slaves per se.
I don't know. I think there's some goblins who might say differently, as there's some kobolds.
Yeah, but they don't. They're the invaders, so...
This is but a tip of a spear of a tip of a spear.
Master,
Yeah, you keep giving us warning after warning, but you're not locking the portal, are you?
Master, question: what is your plan to fight them?
He looks... You must understand the githzerai are greatly outnumbered by the githyanki. It is through our training and patience that we are able to match their fury and evil with our skill.
If you try some of the pleasure and other things, you might have more of yourselves.
Master, I think allies is really what we need. They outnumber us, yes, and the training of the githzerai is much higher, agreed, and it's been shown. But
You have proven that you can stand against the tip of the spear. I am very impressed, even in his diminished state, that you were able to defeat Zitherun. Your names shall be spread amongst my kind.
That's okay. No, you can take the credit. It's fine.
I saw you master moves that 10,000 warriors could not master. Cog, Matthias.
I hope to learn more from your kind, Master.
If you seek alliance, you know how to contact us. And you are right, Barnabus. I should leave as soon as possible to fetch the scroll needed to keep this place safe for some time. Do you have the resources to make this spell permanent?
Yes, we do.
Then that will be your task, and I will meet you back here in... He thinks for a moment.
Putting his little bat wing up.
24 hours.
Fine.
How do we make it permanent?
That's not a permanency spell?
I don't know if permanency can affect this, because permanency has specific spells that it can make.
It's not on the list. We might need a schooler to school our way through this.
Uh-oh. You're right, it's not on the list.
Sonny's over here.
Okay, correction. Barnabus says, I don't know how to make it permanent.
Dimensional lock lasts duration 1 day per level.
We need an infinity circle level spell.
Well, if you could cast the spell, you need twice per month.
You need twice per month, and then if we get an extend or whatever, it's once a month. So we know what the fucking old dwarf who made the super golem was supposed to be doing.
So, you do not have any gate crafters on this world?
Well, if we do, it's entirely possible that we do. They would be kept secret.
Not that we know of.
What if we make a teleportation trap and send them to the heart of a volcano filled with acid?
Well, the other way is I mean,
are all their dragons red? They seem to be very partial to red dragons.
Is it possible to shut down a portal like this with a use magic device?
He's saying that this is more of a rift that has been
almost like a natural.
It's a natural existing thing that they just.
Yeah.
But yes, you could tamper with a portal to fucking break it.
Okay.
This one, he says, if you break it, you're just gonna let the rift spill out. So, I will return with 2 scrolls then. I will not be able to keep your world safe forever. You will have to find your own source to keep this place locked.
One scroll, Barnabus, would 1 scroll be enough to train one of the casters to use it?
You'll be 15th level
Yes.
in like half a month. So
And then
Yes.
the little dot is above, the little plus sign is above all your.
Thogrim and Widget. And only Thogrim and Widget will be able to cast that spell.
Yep.
All right. So we copy it down, then you learn it from my book, and then we cast it.
Do you have wizards sufficient? And he actually doesn't know. Like, he can't see Sunny even if he has arcane sight up. So, do you have?
We'll find some.
Excellent. The Elsia Vale is special amongst this world. It seems to be a place highly magical, where many races work and live together. There are portals here.
Sunny is the happiest looking bat. The praise that's being rained down upon his lands is amazing.
There are portals here. There is a level of competence that is higher than in other places. This world is in trouble. Zitharoon will not let this defeat go unpunished. And Zitharoon is a schemer whose past plots have seen worlds turned into tombs and entire religions fall.
I understand we should take Zitharoon seriously. And I greatly, on behalf of Volcanica, I appreciate your praise.
Okay, you get out of him like a nod. Like somehow you saying on behalf of my world, thank you. He like accepts the thanks. Like he's probably thinking at like a much larger like map
Sunny's
scale.
thinking at that same level too.
Yep.
Master, have you heard of Greystone Citadel here on Volcanica?
Yes.
We discovered there's the 3 entities inside it's the same master that has split his essence in 3 ways.
Our numbers have grown too few to guard all of our citadels.
But there's something of importance in there. There's a starfield screen.
Okay, he nods.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
I did. You just wouldn't listen. It lets you monitor the planets and other bodies in centered around Volcanica.
This
doesn't sound familiar.
It still functions.
Yes. I was learning from the presence of intelligence when we were called to fight here. I haven't had a chance to complete my training and how to use it.
Many of our citadels have gone dark.
This one still functions. It was under serious attack, but we've cleansed it. Somewhat.
Those temples that we were not able to man, sometimes the master of the temple stayed behind, much like a captain remaining behind on a sinking ship.
Yes.
If the essence of our master is still there, then you should learn from him.
Yes. I plan to. This was very recent discovery that we made, and I should return to him
before his candle goes out.
There were things there that we found. They were called pots, some kind of pots, and it allows you to contain the essence. Would this allow the master to live on longer? If the master can be contained in the pot for newer generations to teach them, instead of withering away
It is
for centuries.
It is a form of keeping the master's spirit around. If the spirit would remained intact, if it was not divided, then it would be called to the afterlife. In this way, it is something that cannot be divided, divisible.
Well, you could always try recombining it in one of your own stones and building it a body.
The master made his decision to sacrifice him long ago so that knowledge and a star screen should...
I think you'll find this particular group of folk not that concerned with the wishes of the dead.
Okay,
Well, I am. I'm
the
concerned.
zerth clearly doesn't like Barnabus. He blinks.
I can tell you the coordinates of this temple if you wish to use it.
I know where the citadel is.
Right.
It was empty and quiet the last time I was there.
Oh, this was over days ago. It was overrun with
They're trying to bring Yenigu back, for fuck's sake.
yes, the essence of Unigo, his eye or some pieces of it like that, something like that, was around. And they were trying to resurrect him.
This temple is within the borders of your lands, is it not? You allow demon worshippers to take up residence? He's looking at Barnabus and throwing a barb back.
As soon as we were informed of it, we went into cleanse the situation. We did.
Yes, we cleansed your temple.
Curious. The portal that is there does not lead to the abyss. It leads to limbo.
Yes, there's a number of gods moving towards, well, true chaos, shall we say?
You're very learned for a backwilder.
What's the one with the shoulder pads
Yes.
that has like wolves for shoulder pads? They were going on about that one. Ate a Yenigu? I don't know.
What?
The Brennos was talking about a man in a crystal with dog heads as shoulder pads, stole Yenigu and replaced the shoulder pad with a replaced a dog with a Yenigu.
Oh, you're talking about, what was that? I watched the episode Miska, or?
Yeah.
I don't have a character here who actually knows the...
You're talking about Miska.
Miska the wolf spider?
Well, it's more of a hyena spider now, but...
You've seen Miska.
Yes, it absorbed Unigu and was one of its shoulders.
Where?
It was in some sort of structure, some crystalline geometric structure.
The citadel. Through this
It was through. Yeah, it was through a portal.
In a howling place?
It was filled with tiny spiders everywhere, but this structure was just floating there. And he was inside.
A cerulean blue.
I'm sorry, Master, I'm not that learned. I don't know.
It's a type of blue. Yes, that's what it is.
I don't know. I don't see colors.
He looks relieved. Then you have seen something that many immortals have not ever seen. Miska's cage, his prison. Miska was one of the first Tanari lords, risen and fed by his queen of chaos. This being is a being of the end of times. It is a being that should never be let loose. The Queen of Chaos, inscrutable. threads of her gown are said to extend to the Otra itself. It is what we watch for, amongst other things, in the heart of chaos. This, our purpose there. This, why we do not spend our time trying to eradicate the githyanki, is the true purpose of our people. Very rare would it be for one like me to share this information with backworlders.
Well, I am honored.
Our citadels are places where we learn how to shape chaos, to learn about your enemy, so that one can face the enemy beyond. For it will not come from the abyss or the happy prancing plains where the pixie angels live. It will be from the deep chaos, from the primordial soup.
And the Queen of Chaos.
She, as horrid and frightening, the Reaver of Pantheons. She would just be the first of many horrors to come.
Reaver of Pantheons.
There is much more that we githzerai know. There are libraries of things that you and your backworlders do not.
Do you know what
Libraries,
these
you
libraries
say?
are? Because I know people who like to read.
I see I've hit a chord. He looks to Cog. Let me fetch your scrolls. This knowledge will be useless if you are overrun by githyanki and become their meals and slaves. Oh, and
We
yes,
should probably check the other side of the portal just in case we're ever on the astral, just so that we know how to get back.
I will step onto the other side. I will survive whatever comes my way and then return to Limbo. I will report to you in 24 hours here.
Will you share the memory of the other side of the portal so that we could use it to get back in case we're trapped in the astral?
Clever spell. Yes.
Thank you.
I shall stand guard.
I was just going to suggest that. My pupil.
Barnabus,
Yes.
when he's gone, we need to have a quick discussion. Sorry. Sorry. I'm trying to think of a gift, for your help in the whole, getting the scrolls, helping defeat the things.
Mm-hmm. This is fine.
Do not worry. In the plains we encounter much more vile and much more chaotic things than the likes of the two of you. He's speaking to Barnabus and Sonny.
Huh.
Safe travels.
Vile was aimed at Barnabas, and chaotic was aimed at Sonny. Whether he's right or not, I don't know. But he does. You do notice that some of his githzerai warriors, were waiting at the doorway. He looks up at them. There's obvious telepathic communication going on. A couple of them nod, and then he hops up onto the edge of the pool. He casts a spell on himself, which is some sort of planner adaptation. He then turns invisible. He ain't stupid.
Raise no fool.
Greater invis, and then he basically jumps through.
Okay.
And now that he's, hey, what do you...
I'll bake him a cake.
Well,
Barnabus steps up onto the side. Oh, I thought he'd never leave. Undoes his pants and pisses into the pool.
In the holy place where the dwarves summoned avatars of their gods and communed with them.
Aye. Aye, Cog. Don't tell Brennos I pissed into the mouths of one of his dead gods.
Oh, no. It's not.
Okay, that is funny.
Oh, look.
Right in the mouth! Polly popped its head out for that. She go, and then the blasphemy is appreciated.
I wonder what the githzerai find as an aphrodisiac. Because they.
Oh, forgot.
Well, obviously that they need help. Obviously, the githzerai are doing it correctly.
Has it occurred to you that maybe the githzerai have the same aesthetics as we do, so they find each other just fucking repulsive?
Well, then there's solutions to that as well.
Oh, you could.
Rabbits have no problems ever.
All right. While you deliberate on the fertility of the extraplanar.
Just accept it, Sonny. They are the pandas of the humanoids.
There must be a way.
There is a group that teleported that will arrive at their location that is... we need to figure out what happened to them. This next part is going to be Theater of the Mind. We're going to go to the conversation layer. We're going to build a little square that represents Bordrin's watch.
Adam is going to quickly do a bio break because a salad does not actually feed me very long.
Unless I could find a room full of powder kegs. I'm sure there's powder keg room. Oh, damn it.
Did you find something?
Yeah, I found a powder keg room. All right. This one's cool.
Okey-doke, then.
No, it's got all the... I did find something, and then I didn't find it, and then I found it. There we go. There. What looks dwarven now? That looks like... Oh, they're like... They want me to pay for stock photos. Okay.
Don't need it that bad.
No. There we go. So we're gonna call this powder keg. What do you call it? A garrison, an armory, a
Armory. I'll do a quick Google. Seems like that would have its own. Why the...
Stream just went down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says connectivity is low, but I'm getting 0 drop frames, which is weird. How about now? Powder keg room name.
Nice.
It's like an armory, a garrison. I know there's a specific name for it. On ships, you put it up in the crow's nest, which is interesting. I'm just going to call it a garret.
The French call it a poudière, which basically means powder house.
Powder house? Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll use that. And then I'll get rid of that. And we'll save this as a JPEG. Call it the powder storage bunker. We don't need transparency. And then I'll pull that image into map tool, quick map, no, new map, background, cobbly. And this is at Bordrin's watch. If you recall, Bordrin's Watch is a massive fortification-like wall that spans a deep-cut valley. There's a door at the bottom, and this is where Thogrim had placed off-screen and helped build the massive bombard at Bordrin's Watch to help keep the valley safe. And we've got a powder keg room. Let me adjust the grid so it's...
A powder room is also a synonym.
Okay. We've got a grid. All right. Thogrim, you watch Sunny and Barnabas's group teleport away, presumably to the Mountainroot Temple, leaving... Where are we? The Mountainroot Temple, leaving... no, not Mountainroot.
Brodgen's Ross.
Yeah, you guys were all in the Grand Council chamber. You stepped outside the Grand Council chamber to teleport. So we've got Thogrim, who still has 22 damage.
He should be healed.
Was he healed?
His token is not up to date.
Yes, you were healed.
Okay.
G1, Quintessa, and Widget with
Yep.
a little creature that is small enough that it doesn't register as a separate creature for teleportation magics. That's nestled up behind your left ear, and it's shed its wings to turn into some sort of slug. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to Widget at this point in time and his ear slug, but it is there. Where is Howie right now?
A pocket.
Okay, so he's small in a pocket. And how is he doing, hit point wise?
He got healed. I used what's it called? He should have maybe like a few hit points, but he got healed with a one of what's his name? Thogrim spells. I can't remember what they're called.
I'm sorry, which is the correct map for us to be looking at the Theater of the Mind?
It's the first
no,
one.
it's Grand Council Chamber, and I actually created a map, so we'll teleport there in a second.
Oh, that's why.
Okay.
I'm looking at Cog.
I can
What's
do
it called? Greater Nicole, or?
Yeah, it's Greater McCole. He should have. Yeah, it was like 48 healing or something out of 58.
His
So we should
token
have like
has
10 or so.
10 damage. Okay.
10, yeah, okay. That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
All right. So Barnabas's group disappears. You guys step out into the hallway of death. You could see you could hear Slake and Brennos running off. Just the smell of cooked dwarves and men and burnt.
What did we do with the elf?
The elf is curled up in the corner and is sleeping.
Inquisitors got him for now.
Don't forget about the one in the back, the archer. He's over there somewhere. We must go and defend this realm.
Okay. Is that you teleporting?
I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4. You can get 4 people.
Yeah.
You've been to Bordrin's Watch several times, including the powder storage bunker for the bombard.
Yeah, I'm teleporting. Cannot afford a mythic point. T100. 96.
That's not awesome. This
A similar random powder room. This is where adventure begins.
A very familiar is a place you've been often where you feel at home. I don't think the powder room in
no.
Where was your target, Ahmed? Was it?
It would be the bombard or the like around the bombard or inside the powder keg room.
Okay, which one?
It'd be the powder keg room.
Okay. You don't feel at home in the powder keg room, which means that it's studied carefully. 96 is off target. So you appear at a random destination. Okay, so you're some...
Fuck. It's bullshit.
You're in some snowy, piney, like mountain forested valley. It's in the middle of winter. It's cold. There's ashy snow everywhere, and a 5% chance there's an encounter there. No, there's no monsters at the place for you.
How many
No threats.
mythic points do I freaking have left? Which map are we? Are the characters on?
You're still in the Grand Council chamber.
Having a problem there, bud?
Yeah.
Everyone looks around.
I'm out of teleport.
I will do it. She was been to Bordrin's Watch, so
You've been to Bordrin's Watch. I don't think you've ever been to the powder keg room, which was
no.
a
She's
recent
just gonna
installation.
teleport to some place she knows.
Okay.
Bordrin's Watch.
You've been in the city. Seen casually is the row.
Is what we're going for.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can bring 4 people.
75. Let's double check that.
Cash level 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
15 or 14.
You appear in the town of Bordrin's Watch. It is the middle of the day. You can see people moving around their daily business, and it looks like it's a peaceful, normal day.
How far is it from the?
The wall creates a giant shadow over the village on the overlook side of Bordrin's Watch.
Well,
How far is it to get there?
A few hundred yards.
Fly away.
Just
Fly.
Let's
fly.
go over that wall to see if there's the words of doom.
Okay. You fly up the walls.
I have a problem.
what?
Golem.
Leave the golem.
Leave the fucking golem. The golem now lives here.
Yeah, you appeared outside of a tavern that you stayed at, which is also an inn. It's called the Wall because it's built against the wall, and it has a really high set of rooms that are kind of built on the inside of the wall. We're talking like a massive dam like wall
Tell
of
the
Bordrin's
golem to
Watch.
pretend he's a statue.
Oh, Mom, look at the golem! You know, like there's people pointing at the golems, and some dwarves stop from moving their carts of goods around. You do see that there's a lot of soldiers at Bordrin's Watch. There's a small column of dwarven warriors that are leaving the wall.
Very weird.
Isn't the wall being attacked?
Who are you asking?
Just random
You said there was
dwarf. Here's
soldiers. So
those soldiers. Isn't the wall under attack?
I don't hear the alarms. We sure gave the goblins a 1-4. They people going about their business.
Okay, let's.
You're within a dimension door from the bombard or the powder room.
I see the bombard.
Okay, so you dimension door up to the bombard.
Wait.
Wait, 1 second. Sorry.
Why did you think the wall was under attack?
Because that's what some messages that I got from my, well, a student, a younger student, a junior of mine.
And does he have reason
Sending.
to lie to you?
No, not at all. He's a good boy.
Well, perhaps he's being unduly influenced, and we are being led into a trap.
maybe he's got tummy trouble.
That's likely. It's also likely that they were able to stop the alarm from being raised.
I'm sure the guard would have told us the alarm had gone down.
Yeah. Do you have any military skills or? No, I think you were here at Bordrin's watch to fire off the bombard.
Yeah.
There would be warning flags. People know to go into their
Homes?
into their homes. Like they've got very sturdy pointed roof homes that would deflect any missiles that would somehow go over the wall. There are rock tunnels that act as bunkers. Like people wouldn't be out right now unless the goblin force is so small that you know it's like, oh, there's some goblins over there and they didn't blow the horns of warning. There is no sign of warning right now. It looks like there are quite a few soldiers in the streets, and the wall tavern that you appeared next to is packed full of what look like dwarven warriors. In fact, you see police officers from Overlook stationed in Bordrin's watch in large numbers.
Sending just everyone to. Okay, that is fucking suspicious.
Whereas the streets of Overlook were just like rowdy as hell over the last couple of weeks, maybe even month or so.
Okay, so we're just gonna just chuck off some insect scouts just to scout the area.
Okay.
It'll take him a while, but he's just saying.
Yes. All right. Widget's insect scouts are at 4 levels higher. If you allow the little bug behind your ear to contribute.
Sure, bud.
Okay.
What possibly could go wrong?
What
could
could
go
possibly go wrong? Look down the telescope.
Could
Look
you
at the telescope. Use the
could you
bugs.
mark down under what are we going to call this?
Screwed by DM.
Well,
Level 1.
I'm going under
Demon Pact, and just keep number because just you.
with the A or no A.
This is just 2. You made an initial deal, and now
No. Damon or demon?
Demon Pact.
Aw. See, we are 2 peas in a pod. We both make pacts with fiends from the lower planes. It's
Dude,
we're best buds.
I don't know what +4 levels on your insect scouts give you.
It's
but,
just one extra scout. It's one whole scout.
Yep.
It also means that was cast at 20th caster level.
All right. So where are you sending your scouts?
We're gonna send like one to the castle, one to another section of the town, and one to another section of the town, one past the gate.
Okay. The castle is this massive wall with fortifications along the top, and then fortifications built into the backside so that you could fire forward.
Okay, so 4 doot, doot, doot,
Okay.
doot, and then one for the town.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 5 of them.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to send them out. They're going to go. It's like they'll be back in D6 hour. Like it takes a long time. So, but if this turns into like find people or try to figure out something, it'll
Be useful then.
All right. In the meantime, what are you guys doing? A couple of soldiers have marched up. Sir, do you have permits for this golem?
Soldier, I am Countess Quintessa Morgaine, and I have no patience for this.
Ma'am? We're just doing our job, ma'am. Give me
Go do it over there.
give me a diplomacy check. You're basically saying I don't have time for you.
Just fuck off.
7.
Are you aware of the position of Defender of Overlook? I am Thogrim, who will be going for that position very shortly.
Don't you know who this is? This is the man who built the bombard.
Thank you.
No, but they've got a dangerous golem.
Okay, do you want it?
A fucking snowball hits the golem head and some children are laughing and they go running away.
Don't move. Don't move, G1. Wait our return. If you see any goblin, actually no, don't do anything. Just fucking stay there.
Said that.
Come on, let's just report this. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Hank, if the golem decides to kill you? I've got a spear.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, he called his gun a spear. It's a musket with a
bayonet
a
on it.
bayonet on it.
It's
but
a musket with a bayonet. Don't insult other soldiers with your intelligence. Just back and stop speaking to me right now.
Give me an intimidate check, Thogrim.
No, I'm just upset with him for being so stupid. Intimidation is not something that I have. Use my charisma plus 0. D20 plus 0. 2.
All right,
You're not smart.
The guards back off. Some of them seem really worried when a kid threw a snowball at your golem and you told it not to attack. And they're now leaving, but they're leaving, you could tell, to go tell on you.
Sure.
They're heading to what looks like some sort of barrack for.
Yeah.
If they don't like
soldiers.
the golem, they're not going to like this. No, I'm not going to take the cannon out yet.
They did what you asked, but you think that this problem hasn't gone away.
That's fine.
With a 5 and a 2 and a 7 or whatever.
Thogrim doesn't give a shit.
So not the mouthpiece. Also not the mouthpiece. This is what we've learned.
Yes, I have a cannon. What do you think I am?
Well, I thought we need to teach you how to, scare people.
Yeah, I scare people with the cannon.
All right.
I'm far too pretty to scare people.
What's our next course of action? Are we going to just dimension door? My idea of a trap is spring it and destroy it.
Well, we are
That is
obvious.
a terrible idea.
We are.
How have you never died?
He looks at you with his fucked up eyes, his 2 hands. What do you mean?
You're like, that can't be it. Is the reason why Thogrim has weird magic is that one of his hands is backwards?
It's not worth it.
All right, so we can subtly and sneakily take a quick peek. Do things kind of shadowy. Just take a quick check.
Fine, let's do that.
Another couple snowballs miss the mark. They go sailing over your heads. You can see a couple of dwarven kids with about half dozen human kids are all throwing snowballs at the golem.
Perfect. I haven't. All right. Why don't you put a fucking target on it and have it walk around and they can collect points or some shit?
Have you
Gold piece for shiny silver for whoever hits it in the head. And Widget shouts.
Right. There are some people that stop their daily goings about, and there's this flurry of snowballs. All these dirty ashen snowballs. Apparently, it's really nice weather here today in Bordrin's watch because there's just a lazy, dirty snow coming down.
Have your spies discerned anything yet?
Oh, it takes them
take hours.
They're really slow. So we're just gonna he's turning invisible and sneaking up,
just
flying,
fly up invisible.
flying
Yeah,
up, look over
okay.
the wall. So you guys
Agreed,
a goddamn
yeah.
army on the other side.
Okay, you fly up to the top of the wall just to have a look over.
Yeah.
Okay. You get this kind of sheen when you look over. It's a nice sunny day. There's this grayish sheen. You can see guards just walking along the tops of the wall. Snow is covered, whatever remnants are from the last battle that happened earlier in the summer or the spring against the goblin forces.
I'm getting a really bad feeling about this.
You see a couple of wooden watchtowers that are further out in the valley. We're talking a two-story thing that a couple of guards are sitting in each so that they could watch further into the valley. Those are not under attack. You can see banners of the Imperium and of Bordrin's Watch and of Overlook flying happily in the wind. Nary a goblin in sight.
Where were you told to meet?
I was told they were under attack and that they're being overrun. The bombards being overrun. I told them to return to the powder keg room.
Oh, you just left the golem in the streets, right? So you guys all flew up, and you have fly spells, the ability to fly. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. It's casting scene vis.
Let's have a quick look in the powder keg room.
Okay, now, these two jackasses, are you quiet?
No, you can't see the bombard from the city side or the town side, but if you flew over, you'd be able to see there are big doors that they open up to allow the bombard to sort of move forward and like some degree of aiming. You could fly around to the other side to see even if the bombard bays are open.
Let's go to the bombard base.
Okay, so you fly. You guys are all invisible, or you're not invisible?
Invisible, and I cast invisibility as well.
All right, so the three of you are invisible. Apparently, there are no mages walking around up here with the invisibility. They're not expecting any attacks. It appears like there's double or triple guards on the walls, though, Thogrim.
More guards than they know what to do with.
You see some of the guards' insignias. Quintessa, they are from Overlook. They've got the City Watch and the Watch Guard of Overlook here in Bordrin's Watch.
They're just trying to divide us.
Well,
why would they be sending them here?
The bombard
so they
bays,
can attack the city.
The bombard bays, you fly over the side. The bombard bays are closed.
okay.
Perhaps you should double check your equipment, make sure it hasn't been sabotaged.
Does anyone have a true seeing? Thogrim wills to disbelieve.
Okay, give me a will save.
What do you disbelieve?
Oh no, here. I will roll.
Is there like an image going on? A very fancy image.
What is your will save?
My will save is spectacularly 14.
And do you have any additional bonuses against illusions?
Absolutely not, sir.
All right. Okay. You believe the bombard bays are closed, and that everything looks quite peaceful here. if not very, very well guarded.
Okay.
Do any of you have high sense motives?
Yeah.
Not this guy.
Well, let's define high. We have a 22.
Plus 15.
I have a sense motive appropriate to a character of my level.
I got a plus 14.
Yeah, okay.
So we can aid you.
Give me a sense motive.
Go ahead.
Aid or no aids?
Okay, I get 39 before aids.
The guards are alert, but you get the sense that they've been alert for quite some time, so they're starting to get a little bit lax. But you do see a couple of guys like with a telescope that are like
waiting for goblins.
They're looking out and they're spying, and you see a flag kind of come up, and some guy has got dogs on a sleigh, and they're just riding out to one of the towers, probably to deliver them food or to like change the guard or something.
If there's a trap for you, it's going to be very specific because this is bullshit.
No, I think they're just. The gods are here, I think, so they could attack the city.
I agree. Now, pulling us off means that whoever sent the sending, which takes a long time to cast typically, was trying to peel us off out of that other attack, or they're trying to get us here to do something else.
Last I checked, there was no way to quickly cast sending, so.
Of course, how would we ever be able to do such a thing?
Okay, Quintessa, you now know that Widget and Thogrim know what you're talking about, and they're being coy about it. They're making a joke along with you.
She's terrible at lying.
Yeah. You guys also now know that Quintessa has been watching you and has not quite fucking figured out how you guys are doing mythic magic. Like she's observant, but she's ignorant at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you all kind of share this kind of awkward, like, ha ha ha, laugh while you're all invisible flying around. You do notice a guard stops when there's this council.
Somebody heard something happen.
He looks over the side and he's looking around. He's scratching his head. He goes over to one of his buddies and on watch, like, I heard some laughter. Yeah, well, they're probably playing cards downstairs. You know, like.
Faye or something.
We'll go. We'll go check out the.
Just check the bombard.
Into the bombard chamber. You know that there are probably 2 doors that lead along the wall and then a staircase that leads up, and you know, Thogrim, because if everything's shut, then there would be no... This is a room where you would close the doors so that, you know, invaders couldn't come in.
Widget's already cast his knock spell.
Are you dimension dooring there, or are you going to try to, like, sneak around in the...
I think we should try to sneak in.
Yeah, sneak in.
Give me a...
Because they would expect us to dimension door it, and that's when they pounce on you.
All right, so give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Without the invisibility.
Oh, with the invisibility, there's no...
Okay, so Widget rolls at a plus 56. Who probably
68.
Widget is the shadows.
I'm not gonna get that, but I did get a 35.
Okay.
Plus your plus invisibility.
That is, yeah. She doesn't have any ranks.
Invisibility.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
you guys had to pause for a minute. There were some people playing cards. It looked like there were like 6 guards in a room that should only have 4 guards in it, but you managed to avoid them. And then there was a couple of guards that were coming off duty and changing. And then you do see that there is a guard that was briefly standing at the door for the bombard area, but apparently it was just part of his regular routine is to pause there for a moment and then continue on, and he wanders off. He was wielding a proper rifle. He was part of the Bordrin's watch. Had a proper rifle that has good range, and you're standing before this very thick iron reinforced door that is locked. You could see through the keyhole, and there is maybe a little bit of light because you'd keep some fire running 24/7 in the room where you need fire to like do the thing with the bombard.
So Widget has 1 pearl of power second, so we could just unlock it. You got a knock spell prepared? Lady, you got a knock spell prepared?
No, I do not.
Well, pearl of power, knock spell. Cast knock on it.
Okay. A couple of tumblers go off. You feel a bar that is held in place by a bit of a swinging piece of metal open up, and the door opens. It's so heavy that the door doesn't even pop open. It all unlocks.
Isn't magic wonderful?
It's pretty nice.
Do any of you have Do any of you have trap finding or anything like that?
Keeps one young and hot.
And you've got
If there are traps, I would know about them.
You've got see invisible up. See invisible.
Yes.
Yeah.
See invisibility. I don't. Let me just confirm. Ooh, I've got.
Well, yeah.
Who thinks so?
So Thogrim, you know that Ulgum is stationed in Bordrin's watch, and it's likely his job to put traps on the bombard. There could be minor traps or alarms in this next room, which is where the bombard is housed. What was the bombard called?
I don't
know. I don't remember a name for it.
Boom shakalaka.
It was called Stolen by Goblins.
No, that was the mold for the.
Oh, it's
half
the mold.
The mold for.
For a cannon. Well,
Although I kind of wanted to now have a giant goblin cannon called Boom Shakalaka.
Go for it. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm getting all the Bombardier, Thogrim, Book of Legends. Builder of the Bombard at Bordrin's watch. Nope, there's no...
It's called Bombard. Dwarves ain't so sentimental.
it's like BRB.
Big Bess or something like that. Just...
It'd be like, yeah, well, that would be the normal. Here, give me 1 second.
The Grand Thunderer.
Big Baranar might be reasonable.
It was Thogrim's craft, so
Yep.
he'll likely get to... Ahmed will likely get to name it.
The Thogrimator.
Thogrimator. Probably not.
He just stands behind it. It looks like my penis. You fire it, you get crushed.
How old are you? 47? Because dwarves take a long time to...
Well, that was the thing when you have dwarf kids and human kids having snowball fights. I'm wondering what the age range is there.
They just...
the correct range.
Yeah, the correct range. They're in the same class.
Micromanaging schools or whatever would be like... It'd have to be merit-based. There'd be no way to do just, like, age-based.
Well, unless the dwarves just... And now you finish school, you become an apprentice for 30 years, and then after that you become an adult. You know, like some sort of, like, really prolonged...
Or they grow really fast, and then they're just adults for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when it comes to dogs, smaller dog breeds tend to live a little bit longer, yet they have a shorter childhood. Older dogs have longer childhoods and shorter lives.
Yeah, it gets even more pronounced when we start talking about Elven. It's like anything under 100 kid. It's like, wow.
Which is weird.
Stinky teenager.
Do you know how much video games you can get done in 90 years?
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot.
I had an awesome childhood. What'd you do? 90 years of watching movies, playing games, and video games. That's awesome. Playing sports or whatever. Just not a care in the world. Unless, Elven Sweatshop. Might be
Cares begin to happen.
Well, think about how bad it would be for a oh my word.
What'd you do in your childhood? Mage phones. That's so dark.
I was trying to pull the word drow out of my butt.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What? What have I missed here?
Yeah, we're having dark thoughts about how long
We're
it
just
takes.
trying to figure out how the children play together with the different races, and they have like completely different lifespans.
I just showed you. They throw snowballs at gold.
They throw snowballs at gold. It just works.
They were all the right age for throwing snowballs at gold.
There could be multi-generations of humans that play with the same elven children. Go play with the elven kids. They're fun. I remember.
I remember. My granddad told me.
My granddad told me.